Hi everyone, Sean Walbin with Secure Cyber Defense, and this is your weekly cyber update. Well, the Russians have been attributed to hacking into TeamViewer. So just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. APT29 has claimed responsibility for hacking into the IT infrastructure of TeamViewer. TeamViewer has indicated so far that this has not been into their production environment, which is the actual TeamViewer infrastructure, and only the IT infrastructure, kind of the back end of TeamViewer, the administrative network, has been compromised. So jury's still out on this one. We're still waiting for the forensics to come back. And, this isn't the first time that we've heard from an organization that, oh no, this whole other side of the network's not been touched, and only to find out that it was. So if you're using TeamViewer, make sure that you've got multi-factor, you've got all the security features turned on, and that you've got a long password, not a reused password. Just take some basic precautions. If you're a critical infrastructure operator and you're using TeamViewer, I would uninstall it and figure out a different platform to use until TeamViewer can get their incident cleaned up. So that's our recommendation so far. Well, LockBit lied. LockBit had reported that it had hacked the U.S. Federal Reserve, only to find out that a bank had been compromised. So the U.S. Federal Reserve was not compromised. This was a bank that was already under investigation, I believe, by the Federal Reserve. It was compromised. So this is, just an indicator that when you're reading this intelligence and you're looking at what's going on Twitter and some of these other media outlets, just make sure that you give some of this stuff some time to let the real information come out. So, fortunately, the Federal Reserve was not compromised. And one other article before we get to the last one: hackers have targeted the MOVEit vulnerability. And you may go, wait a minute, MOVEit was last year. Nope, there's another one. So just when we were just kind of on the 1-year anniversary of the MOVEit, the big MOVEit vulnerability and compromise, yet 2 more vulnerabilities, critical vulnerabilities, were released over the weekend, late last week and over the weekend, and hackers have already started to compromise that. I've just got to be honest with you. I would totally look at something else besides Progress Software. Using FTP and SFTP for file transfer is just something that we should probably get away from period. So if you're using FTP or SFTP, and specifically you're using Progress, or you're looking at the MOVEit software, I would definitely get something else. And the last article we're going to go over today: Microsoft is letting people know about an additional compromise. So earlier this year, the same threat actor that compromised TeamViewer that we talked about earlier in the show, APT29, was also responsible for compromising the Office 365 infrastructure. And now Microsoft is going through the forensics even more and letting individuals know that their data may have been compromised, their emails may have been compromised. This is a good opportunity to just talk about a couple things here for a second. Number one, we've got to talk about the shared responsibility model with cloud infrastructure. Whether it's the Snowflake incident or Office 365, these infrastructures have a shared security responsibility. The provider the cloud provider, the SaaS provider that you're working through, is not going to do security for you. It's a shared model. You are responsible for securing your data. You are responsible for multi-factor authentication. You are responsible for understanding what security features are available on that platform and how to use them and how to implement them. You are also responsible for making sure that governance is in place, and that throughout the life cycle of using that platform, that you're able to detect change and detect when the security of the platform is degraded. So this is no big surprise. We're going to continue to see not only Snowflake compromises, we'll probably keep seeing compromises that have come from this midnight blizzard Russian threat actor that hit Microsoft earlier this year. So this is just a great opportunity to go through your platforms that you're utilizing, understand, what your roles and responsibilities are, and make sure these systems are secure. And that's all we have for today. The next 2 episodes will be fun because we're going to be doing them from the road. So I'm headed to Israel and Switzerland, and the next 2 weekly cyber updates will be done on the road. So that's all for this week. We'll see you on the road in the next couple of weeks. And hey, let's really be careful out there.